Every guy your age knows how to open ChatGPT. Almost none of them know how to use it in a way that actually raises their pay. The gap between those two is real. It's about 90 days of specific practice, and none of it costs money. Here's what you actually do. For the next 10 minutes, I'm walking you through a 90-day protocol. 3 phases, 4 weeks each. No courses, no paid tools, no which niche should I pick videos. Just the specific practice that gets a young guy from tourist-level AI used to professional level in 1 quarter. This one is for you, if you're worried your career is about to get eaten, and you can't figure out what to do about it. Start with the filter. Because the internet is going to try to sell you something instead of this. Almost everything you'll be sold about learning AI is a course, or a stack of tools, or a specific niche you should pick. Skip all of it. None of it is the mechanism. The mechanism is repetition on hard problems with immediate verification. That's it. That's the whole thing. And it's free. 3 rules for the 90 days. Rule 1, no paid courses. You already have everything you need. Rule 2, no tool shopping. Pick one AI product you already have access to and stay on it for the whole 90 days. Rule 3, verify one specific claim in every AI answer manually. That third one is the whole skill, and we'll come back to it. Phase 1. Weeks 1 through 4. Getting fluent. The goal of Phase 1 is not to become an expert. It's to build a daily habit that turns AI from an occasional tool into a working muscle. Here is the specific daily practice. Every day, pick one real problem from your actual work or life. Not a hypothetical. A real one. Something you would have spent an hour on anyway. Solve it with AI. Ask it. Push back on the answer. Ask again. Rework the question. Get to something you can actually use. Then, and this is the part almost nobody does, verify one specific claim in the answer manually. If it named a fact, check that fact. If it made a calculation, redo the calculation. If it recommended an approach, check the approach against a source it did not have. That verification loop is where the actual learning happens, because the AI will confidently make mistakes. Your job in Phase 1 is to build the reflex of catching them. Here's what week 1 actually looks like in practice. You wake up Monday, you have a real problem you were going to work on anyway. Maybe a report to write, a calculation to do, a tricky email, an analysis. Whatever it is, you do the loop, ask, push back, refine, verify one claim, move on. That's it. 10 minutes a day if the problem is small, 45 if it's big. 28 days of that, and the reflex is installed. You now think in the loop. That is the whole win of Phase 1. Fix for Phase 1. One real problem a day, one verified claim per answer. Same AI product for all 4 weeks. Phase 2. Weeks 5 through 8. Learning the seams. The goal of Phase 2 is to build a specific mental map of what AI is currently bad at. Every AI tool has failure modes. Specific classes of task where its output is subtly wrong in ways that look correct to a novice. The professionals know these failure modes cold. The amateurs get burned by them repeatedly. A subtly wrong answer that looks right is much more expensive than an obviously wrong one because the amateur never checks. The way you learn the failure modes is by hitting them, which happens automatically if you're running Phase 1 correctly because the verification loop is going to keep surfacing them. In Phase 2, you start keeping a specific list, not in your head, on paper or in a note. Every time the AI is wrong about a specific class of thing, write it down. What was the task? What did it get wrong? What did it get right about a similar task? Look for patterns. By the end of week 8, you have a personal map. It tells you exactly where AI is trustworthy for the work you do and exactly where it is not. That map is worth more than any course. Fix for phase 2. Keep the list. Every failure mode. Every week, review the list and notice the categories forming. Halfway through the protocol, notice what this looks like from the outside. It looks like nothing. No certificate, no new tool, no niche picked, just a guy running the same daily loop for 2 months and quietly getting better at seeing through the machine. That's the whole point. The value is being built underneath, not being announced. Phase 3. Weeks 9 through 12. Deploying it in your work. The goal of Phase 3 is the specific test. Does using AI raise the ceiling of what you can ship? Or does it just make you faster at the ceiling you already had? Faster at your current ceiling is fine, but it's not the money move. Raising the ceiling, doing work you could not have shipped without it, is where the pay increase lives. Pick one specific project in your job or your side project, something that would have been just outside what you could deliver alone. Use everything you learned in phases 1 and 2 to deliver it. Verify claims. Route around the failure modes. Combine the AI output with your own judgment where it matters. If the finished thing is better than what you could have shipped alone, actually better, not just faster, that's the proof. You have raised the ceiling. That is the thing employers pay a premium for. Fix for phase 3. Pick the project. Ship it inside the 90 days. Do not tell anybody what you are using until it's done. One more thing on phase 3. The project matters. Pick something small enough to actually finish, and big enough that finishing it proves the point. If it takes you 6 months, you picked wrong. If it takes you a weekend, you picked wrong. 4 to 6 weeks of real work is the sweet spot. Here is the one hard rule that ties the whole thing together. Verify one specific claim per AI answer manually. This is 80% of the skill. Not the prompt engineering, not the tool stack, not the niche, not the 10,000 hours of tips your feed keeps recommending. The verification. Every answer, one claim. Here is why. The guys who trust AI when they shouldn't are about to make expensive mistakes on projects that matter. The guys who catch those mistakes are the ones who will get pulled in to fix them. That's where the money is going. Every industry is going to have a specific set of AI-caused mistakes over the next 5 years. The professionals with the verification reflex will be the ones getting paid to prevent them and clean them up. The professionals without it will be the ones creating them. You want to be on the prevent and fix side of that split. The way you get there is by building the reflex now. Every answer, verify one claim. So here's the callback. Every guy your age can open ChatGPT. Almost none of them can use it in a way that raises their ceiling. 90 days of the specific practice above closes that gap. Phase 1, daily loop, one problem, one verification. Phase 2, map the failure modes. Phase 3, ship the project that proves the ceiling moved. You do not need a course to do this. You do not need a coach. You do not need a specific niche. You need the willingness to run the same boring loop for 90 days while everybody else is buying the course. The guys who are quietly getting paid a premium for AI-adjacent work in a year from now are not the ones with the most certificates. They are the ones who built the verification reflex before it became obvious it was the skill. 90 days. Start tomorrow, not next month. Tomorrow. Because everybody in your industry is running the same clock whether they know it or not. The ones who started early are already 6 weeks ahead of the ones who are still deciding. If this hit, subscribe. I make one of these a week. Practical stuff about how money actually works. No hype, no shortcuts.